Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for supporting our channel. I had a successful journey back home, and of course, for the better part of this week, I'll be doing my videos from home, so I'll be changing a little bit of the backgrounds. There was a report that is emerging that Timothy Wanyonyi was likely going for the Nairobi governor's seat, as an independent candidate after the Jubilee and ODM arrangement sidelined his candidature. There is something that I think Tim Wanyonyi needs to realize, that there was no way Raila Odinga was going to be an ODM presidential candidate, then ODM was also going to be given the Nairobi governor's seat. And if you look at the Azimio arrangement, I think ODM party is the biggest beneficiary, because according to the agreement, Jubilee were going to take the governor, the deputy governor was going to Kalonzo, that is the Kamba, then Speaker of the County Assembly of Nairobi was to go to ODM, and according to reports, that seat Raila Odinga had actually decided that it was going to the Luhya Nation. So during last week's engagement, remember on the fateful day on Friday, when Raila Odinga was announcing that Nairobi lineup, Tim Wanyonyi was very adamant to step down. And while at KCC, moments before that press briefing was given by Raila Odinga, Tim Wanyonyi, Sifuna was trying to beg Wanyonyi to step down, and he was so adamant. In fact, he declined. So what Sifuna did, Sifuna made a phone call to Fred Gumo and Moses Masika Wetangula. And because Tim is, Tim is in the wheel, so he doesn't have that luxury of making that private call. So he was receiving the two calls while there. Now, according to the journalist there, Tim Wanyonyi spoke with first with Wetangula for around 10 minutes. Then he again talked with Fred Gumo for another 20 minutes. And Fred Gumo was asking him to step down, because if he could have declined, the ODM was also going to meet on the Senate seat, which Sifuna had been given the go-ahead. So the Nairobi negotiation was one of the most intense ones. But then someone seems to be spoiling the party for Tim Wanyonyi, because Moses Masika Wetangula on Saturday was making a statement that Raila Odinga has decided to shelve Tim's ambitions, the gubernatorial ambitions, in favor of the presidential ambition. Now, this is something that did not sit well with some of the fellows that support Azimio la Umoja. So this has happened, and one thing that we must also agree, and I am on record on this channel mentioning that Tim Wanyonyi had done a lot of groundwork and had made inroads, and Azimio la Umoja would make a better choice, would make no other better choice apart from building on him. But there is something that we also have to agree. The supporters that Tim Wanyonyi has, those supporters were built around ODM party. And by the way, if you look at his slogan, it's along Ngong Road. The poster there is saying, "Si mimi ni sisi," a very captivating one. So saying that the push for Nairobi was not his personal push, but it is the push of the people. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at how the decision by Tim Wanyonyi to seek Nairobi governor's seat as an independent candidate is going to have impact on Igathe and Sakaja. That will be the basis of this analysis. But kindly, if you're watching this channel and you have not yet subscribed, I want to humbly request you to subscribe and also click the notification bell so that when we publish this video, you will be notified. And by the way, do you stay around Nairobi, the estates of Karen, Kitengela, and other areas that experience blackouts? Then you need to have a power backup system. Don't look elsewhere. Check out the poster here, the Instalight company, amazing first-hand company doing power backup systems. They have good offers starting from 125,000 all the way to 195,000, and it can go above that depending on what you want. Talk to them. Their number is 0722 818 883. 0722 818 883. Back to our business. One point that Team Wanyonyi supporters and handlers must know is that if Wetangula is pushing Team to go as an independent candidate, then Deputy President William Samoei Ruto needs to get worried of Wetangula's intentions in Kenya Kwanza. The ethnic arithmetic is one that I don't personally appreciate, but sadly enough, that is the reality. That is the tragedy we have. That we have reduced our electoral system of giving us quality leadership to what is being seen as a tribal balancing fulcrum. Very sad. But then if you look at that tribal arithmetic, there is, the baseline is Sakaja is a Luhya, although he is being rumored to be a Kalenjin, or rather from Sabaot, but I'm just putting there because what we understand first is a Luhya. So, if Sakaja is a Luhya and Team is a Luhya, if Team goes to independent, then the Luhya vote in Nairobi will be split. That will be number one. The biggest beneficiary here is going to be none Polycarp Igathe. So that's why Ruto needs to know that the chances are not as what we've been treated to as good chances. They are not. They're spoiling for Sakaja. Now let's look at number 2 here. For Team Wanyonyi to have, for his political future to still have a space, or rather for it to still have a breathing space, he needs to keep himself around ODM party. And ladies and gentlemen, I might be wrong in this, but what I understand is that the supporters of Team Wanyonyi in ODM are not only his supporters, but are supporters of Raila Odinga and ODM party. Now, if the ODM supporters in Nairobi, they know very well that Raila is the presidential candidate, and there is no way they can get the governor. Now, if Team gonna make that mistake and go against the wish of the party, that will be a total destruction. And in future, because there is 2027 coming, in future, this might be used against him. And in fact, leaving ODM is the biggest mistake he can make. And if you want to think I'm wrong, ask one Ababu Namwamba. Is it also possible that Nelson Harvey's campaigners are working behind the scene to make sure that Team Wanyonyi do not go back to defend the Westlands MP seat? Because for sure, this is what I know. If Team goes to seek that seat, because that's what ODM is telling him, that instead of now going to governor, go back and vie for seek re-election, Nelson Harvey is going to lose. So he must also be very keen on his handlers and his advisors. Who is working with Team Wanyonyi's advisors? Because his advisors might be working for Nelson Harvey, and they know very well that his chances in Nairobi of getting that seat without the support of ODM is ruined. Because the moment he goes independent, all those supporters of ODM will treat him as an independent candidate, and they will likely follow what Raila Odinga will tell Nairobians. But then, his candidature will also be derailed as a UDA candidate. There is something that Team must also realize, that in the event he goes against ODM to go as an independent, he will be treated as someone who was a mole within the Azimio team. Now, that tag of a mole, one thing I've understood is that it is a permanent patch on your head. Because, let me just take you an example in Siaya. In 2017, Gumbo went against Rasanga, and Gumbo was an independent candidate. Now, even now in 2022, Gumbo is going against Orengo, and Gumbo has a party. I think the UDM party. But like now I'm home, and when I talk to people around in Siaya, what they tell you is they treat Gumbo as an independent candidate. The moment you move away from the shackles of Raila Odinga, you are treated as an independent candidate. And what will likely to happen is this is also going to dent his integrity to voters. The moment Nairobi voters are told that you are a UDA mole in Azimio, it's doomed. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my analysis on this, and kindly make sure you subscribe to our channel. And asanteni sana. As I said, I am enjoying my stay back home, Shags in Siaya, Masumbi Papnyadie. Yeah, so I'll be doing some shoots hapo nje, and we meet in these streets of Siaya. Please just say hi.